G'day guys, Mark here, welcome to the channel. In tonight's video, or this video, we are having a look at the Snow Leopard 24 scale from UDI. Now, they make some alright RCs. They make the Tylosaurus, that boat that absolutely hauls ass. So anyway, this thing is pretty cool. Obviously looks a bit like a mini Capra. First thing I notice, it's decently heavy, so you know, seems sturdy enough. The controller is actually quite decent, so we'll have a bit of a look at that. Yeah, you get some tools and stuff with it, shock spacers like you normally get, but I can't imagine that you'd want to make the suspension any stiffer. It kind of sits beautifully. The tyres feel alright. They got a little bit of a tacky feel to them. No foams, which impresses me. I like that. Oil filled plastic shocks, but oil filled. Pretty standard stuff underneath. You've got just plastic drive shafts, 4-link plastic suspension. Now here is the bonus. It is brushless, and it has a tiny little brushless motor in there, and it's 4-wheel steer. So let's turn this on and let's actually have a bit of a look at it, because we don't want this part of the video to drag on. We want to get to where we can go and test it tomorrow at the riverbed. Yep, so we're on. Righto, so let's move some of this stuff aside and have a bit of a... Oh, that's quite nice. Now apparently you to change the steering, you just change, there's a mode button here which you just change. So I've never ever driven a car with 4-wheel steer, so let's see what happens. So we'll try and take on this little... Right, so we press... Righto, so now we go to the next one, which will be the crab walk. Sorry, no. Oh, and that button there turns your lights off. So now we're in crab walk, so we want to go backwards. And now just go back to normal steering. Oh, those tyres feel like they have got a little bit of grip in them. Righto, let's give this 4-wheel steer thing a bit more of a test. Right, so that's back only. Right, all 4. Oh my lord, it's got some punch. So, crab walk, we press it again. Oh, look at that. That is cool. No way. I've never driven a car with 4-wheel steer before. Let's now, to change gears, you've got a first gear on the side here. So as you can see, it'll move in first. Actually, we better change the steering mode back to normal. Yep. So then you got your first gear here. The next one along is neutral. So you'll hear your motor is spinning, but it's doing nothing. Then you got second gear. Oh, second gear is a lot smoother, but did you see how much punch that had? We should put a GPS and listen to a speed run. Oh my lord, that is not okay for a 24 scale crawler. Oh, that's nearly ballooning tyres. They did. They balloon a little bit. No way. That is unbelievable. We better put it back to first gear before we break something. Oh, we've turned the lights off. So it's this thing here on the back. Turns your lights on and off. Alright guys, I think we might call this part of the video quits, and we're going to take it down to the riverbed tomorrow, so I will meet yous down there. Do you remember that pond? It's where you took your first ever swim as a pup. Now look at you. Built like a bowling ball. Alright, you have fun, buddy. Alright guys, here we go. You can see it. Plenty of grip here. This climb is pretty easy. Nothing too special. And off to the next line. Now this line here is a little bit more difficult. You see it struggle a little bit here through belly issues. Portal axles have really helped it there, eh? Yeah, and definitely needs weight. Like, it's absolutely got a lot of potential, this car. Now this here, it just absolutely cannot do it. Even with a bit of trying to shuffle sideways to get it done, just cannot get it done. I tried a couple of times after and it just would not do it, so I didn't include them in the video. As I was saying, this thing's got a lot of potential. It needs some weight. Portal axles would be really good. Better tyres would be really good. That line there, I kind of just threw it in, was nothing special. Now just here, you'll see it struggle a little bit. It's hard to see, but once you go over that first ledge, it drops into a bit of a hole. So you'll see it struggle here. So now, in a second, I'll stop and throw it into the four-wheel steer. And yeah, let's see how it goes with the four-wheel steer. That just gets it over the line. So yeah, I have to admit, I absolutely love that four-wheel steer. That is awesome. Yeah, that is so good. On the second part of that same line, easy does it. Yeah, nothing too difficult about that at all. Now this next bit here, you absolutely have to get that right. It tapers off, so if one wheel falls off one side more than the other, you're in trouble. This slope here is actually a lot steeper than what it looks, so that handled that side hill quite well. Yeah, it's, as I say, it's got potential. So here we go. So this is the climb that you guys have probably been waiting for. We'll see how it goes. Getting up here, it gets it done, but compared to the Red Cats or the SCX 24, it kind of struggles a little bit. Once we get up into that top section there, it gets a bit rough. You'll see that it struggles here, where the Red Cats and the SCX 24 kind of got straight over there. Again, four-wheel steer is what gets it over the line. Oh, check out that windmill moving in the background there. So we're just waiting on the car. Here it comes. You've got a first drop off that we've got to get past before we get down to this next one. Here we go. It'd kind of make a good little rally car, to be honest. The amount of punch. Now this here, I've just really thrown it in just to purely show how good that four-wheel steer is. As I said, this thing's got potential. Peace out, guys. Thank you so much for watching.